Okay, so I was just getting pizza because we ordered pizza. But then, like, as I couldn't open the door, I see the other side of the step and I see this box. And I'm like, what the heck is this? So it can't be Sentai Gears. That's too early in the month. What is this? Is this even mine? Oh, whoa. Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. Is this what I think it is? Now, I find it weird because this box was already partly opened and then the tape got resealed or something like that, so that's why I'm kind of doubting on it. Also, it doesn't seem that big. It seems too small if I had to be honest, but what else would Okay, so first of all, here we have whatever this is. Rex Vice stamp. Should I give it to my niece? I don't know. Oh my gosh. Guys, it's finally here. After 2 years, I finally own a Neo Deca driver. Heck yeah! Hope it was Power here with an opening, finally. And what you've already have an introduction on. I forget I have those introductions. Anyways, finally, after like nearly a month, my anticipated Geo vs. Decade stuff are here. Even though it's November 12th, I still would have preferred if I was actually able to do this in October, because then this would have made a lot more sense. But yeah, so we will be taking a look at obviously the Neo Deca driver and K-Touch 21 set, the Saber and Decade Complete 21 Ride Watch set, and then obviously BB because I was able to get my hands on it. So before we get to this, let's take a look at the Choco snacks that are the campaign food this year for Revice. So let's see how this is supposed to be. So here's a food review. So here are the insides of this. They're essentially like the Cure Major ones that I got with the Udon changer, I believe. I'm gonna give the rest to my niece, because why not? So I don't know what order I want to go into, honestly, because I really want to open up the Neo Deca driver, because that is technically the first thing released, but I got these ones beforehand, so I guess we're just gonna go into that. So again, here's this one in a very plant box. So just 2 days ago, Saber finally announced its special box after not doing that for some reason. And I think Saber has to probably be one of the most underwhelming ones. Even though it's not really underwhelming. Like, obviously, because of after 01, because obviously 01 couldn't properly do a box set. So that's why they just did the Human Gear Progrise key. But then Saber is literally just doing Bookgate. Which, from the looks of it, is not compatible with the sword driver at all. Because if there's no... Actually, there's no button at all for Bookgate. Like, I think Bookgate can literally only open the cover just to say, like, Bookgate and do portal sounds. This spot is empty. There's no transformation page at all. Like, it's just one of the it probably has to be one of the most underwhelming ones. Despite the, like, yeah, like the Human Gear key. Like, yeah, that one technically isn't consistent with the other four. But at least you can actually use it with, you know, everything you had. And it was just the instrumental of the Human Gear jingle. But Bookgate, maybe most likely you can actually insert in the sword driver and it's just going to say, like, Wonder Rider. It could probably give us the generic story. The generic, like, Wonder Rider story jingle, because we only have it for Densetsu no Shinju. See, I only know Kono Dobutsu. The Shinju one, like the Divine Beast one, we still need a story one. But here's BB. I did grab a Gates. This is the memorial one because, you know, so like I said, this is technically the last. This is the last DX Ride Watch I needed to pick up. So I'm very glad. 013. I really like the blue. I don't know, like the for this one's funny just because it was a Halloween thing, and yeah, it came out on Christmas. Like, this one, like, I understand as to why it is just a normal ride watch rim. However, I still would have liked if we actually did get another, like, just, you know, we just got, you know, another Gates watch. I apologize for but if we just got another Gates watch that actually had the same rim, because it's so weird. Throughout all this time, or throughout the entire toy line, we only had like 3 unique rims, but they're all individual, because everyone had the same Geo rim, even Tsukiyomi. Gates and Omajiro are the only 2 that have unique rims. But I understand it's because this is the Ghost Ride Watch. Okay, finally, here's the anticipated Saber Ride Watch and Decade Complete 21 Ride Watch set. I do like that this is consistent with the Mirror World set, I believe. I need to actually compare, but however, that's all gonna change. Because when you open this up, What the heck? How? See, this is what I mean. Like, why did they go with this look again that they did for the final forms? Like, why? They were in plastic. So why are you putting them in this? So here's our 2 new ride watches, which are happily not our final 2 ride watches. I love the Corsair set so much. I still wish this set kind of included more. I understand as to why they only did these 2. But honestly, like, I think they should have just given us a 02. This ride watch is still pretty dumb. See, I feel like this is a lot more bluer than how it's supposed to be. Never mind it. Yeah, so the red here is definitely a lot darker than I was anticipating it, so it's not drive, which I'm happy about. This one's 086. Man, this looks so weird. So, let's get this. I was going to say, don't die on me. I only have 4 batteries left, and it's exactly for that thing, surprisingly. So. No. I still like the jingle for that one. And honestly, I think it's like a unique way of actually utilizing the Gates 2019 track. I forgot about that. Because I was going to say, like, I can really wish that this one actually had lines from this hyper battle, but oh well. And then I don't have the weapons on me. Bibiru. Bibiru. And I just find this one to be like somewhat meta because of the fact it's literally like a ride watch on an armor. So like what if ride watch is could have just gone with like, you know, like the Geo build armor ride watch, and it'd just be like, what more are you supposed to do with that? So I have the limited one because I need to actually utilize this one. So let's do this. Because technically it doesn't even matter what watch it is. That's how he did it. Like, that's how it was done. I don't know, I just find it funny that they just... that this is now technically, like, I don't know, just the fact that this is the entire selling point of the Saber Ride watch. The fact that you can just... the fact that the vice stamps are essentially the same size as this. Okay, let's get to the actual... technically, I honestly wouldn't even wanted this either. So there we get Saber. I'm not too big on his jingle because they didn't... I understand that they quickly just wanted to, like... I understand that they most likely didn't have a lot of time for this special at all. I think it's very evident. But it's kind of disappointing that they just didn't have the time to compose an original jingle for Saber. Because I feel like now Saber is categorized underneath Amazon's, where they essentially, the Amazon writers now, actually after thinking about it with Omega doesn't have his own jingle. They're basing the vocal part off of whatever the transformation is and such. So that's what they did with Saber, because they're like, oh yeah, you know, like it's, you know, we just have to use the instrumental part of when like the passage is like, you know, of like the second part of the transformation. Yeah, we can clearly get away with this, even though it's like, guys, this is obviously the passage part of this Brave Dragon's transformation. You're not being sneaky. You know what? At least like I at least appreciate they got the. I can never pronounce his name. I'm happy they at least got him back, even if he only had to say. They only made him sing 2 things. Hisatsu Why? Like, I understand saying Rekka's too bland, and at the same time, like, I guess they didn't want to go be very specific and go like Kaien Ken or like what was the kick? Shingeki ha. Hiryu Shingeki. Where's I need Brave Dragon now. I can't. Because he's not going to do the kick with just anyone to write book. But, like, I guess I understand that they didn't want to go with, like, Saber's specific finishers, that they just want to be, like, sword driver based. So, if Blades and Espada ever get ride watches, their finishers are just simply Hisatsu Doka. Which, I'm like, okay. So fun. Oh my gosh, I love the jingle for this one so much. This is what I mean by they really only got him back. Just say 2 things. Saber and 21. I love how badly edited the jingle for this one is. It's so... Because when I read like what the jingle was supposed to be, I'm like, how are they gonna do this? Are they gonna make him re-sing it? Or are they just gonna edit him saying, like, are they gonna edit him saying complete, or saying 21, and they edited him saying 21 in the traditional decade jingle, which I'm not too happy about. Now, I think a lot of people were probably expecting this to have like a similar jingle to complete form, and probably were disappointing themselves on that. Which is like, why were you expecting that? Because the way I see the complete 21 ride watch is the same vein as Rabbit Dragon. Like, it's a form ride watch of, it's a ride watch of a form after the final form. So obviously that's just going to be like standardized and such. But this one, I don't know why they wanted to be all bombastic about it and such, because I don't think that really works with it. Because, being in line with Rabbit Dragon, that one wasn't like... What? Well, that one was still like just... No, that one said Rabbit Dragon, because I was like, well, that's like if it said like Rabbit Dragon best match, and then like, I don't know, took something out of Build Genius. Because, I don't know, I would have just preferred if it was complete 21, then just complete 21. not the decade jingle again. Because I feel like that's just, again, I felt like they put too much work into themselves. Because of the fact they're like, oh shoot, we gotta edit in the part of him singing 21 into the decade. But they're like, you guys should have just had him say complete 21, because that's what you guys have already established with Rabbit Dragon. But again, they apparently didn't have enough time for these. Obviously, like, I don't know what more you wanted out of that. Unless you wanted, like, to get demolished easily. Did I already do this one? And then obviously this one is just... Obviously, because it is his form. Right, watch. And this one... Yeah. That's essentially it for the ride watches. So, we will just jump to this thing. Okay, so now we're finally to this thing. Again, I'm pretty psyched because of the fact that I finally get to have all of this, even though this is complete false advertising. I understand why that's there, but it's just false advertising, Bandai. Because that reminds me, if a Neo Dion driver is actually available on Mandarake, I'm definitely picking it up right away. So there's 0102 and then Grand Geo and Decade Complete 21. Yeah, this box is a lot smaller than I was anticipating it to be. So Reiken said it was a lot wider than he was anticipating it to be. Because I was comparing it beforehand. This is just the same size as like the Sengoku driver box. Why can't I not? So obviously I had to get the set because that was what was only available. Obviously, you guys know I hate or I despise sets, but so these instructions are exactly the ones back from the original release. So obviously we'll take out the K-Touch 21 mount first because it's just in this box. So their makeshift box they have to make just to make room. So okay, so this is a Dita clip. How does this work? I thought this was a button. And here's the device itself, the K-Touch 21. There is a protective layer on here. So just simply, okay, yeah, that's, so you can press this thing in here even though it's not meant for this. I think the color scheme on this thing is pretty interesting. Like, it's definitely different. I should probably put all these tabs back in, but oh well. So I don't know what we're taking out first. Here's the base itself. It's pretty hefty. Oh, so is this how it works? Just from this switch? So it knows that it's in? Oh, I get it. So most likely the way this works is that when it's up like this, the button's not pressed, and then when it's turned, the button is pressed. Okay, that's interesting. So that's why this is here. So then when you press it in, the button's pressed. Because I always thought it was the center piece that was a button, but it's not. The button's here. So here's a classic belt buckle. I think it goes like this, most likely. No, it goes like this, because the two, maybe. I can't tell. Yeah, it goes upside down. Okay, so this is the upsetting thing. So basically, because this is just mostly just a re-release. It's just, this is based off the original one. So, the issue with that is that the driver itself, oh shoot, the driver itself is all one piece. Which I don't understand why they did that back then. It doesn't make sense. Plus it seems, honestly, this is a lot smaller than I was anticipating it to be. Like, oh gosh. Just like 2 clicks. Wow. This thing's a lot thinner than I was anticipating it to be. Wow. Oh my gosh. This thing's a lot more difficult to do than this. Yeah, this thing actually like comes up. Yeah, I never realized that this thing was always opened. I'm pretty dumb for that. But this thing itself is kind of. Let's take this out and. Let me readjust myself. Okay, so here are the cards. I like the packaging for these. I typically keep these. Actually, I don't know. It's really flimsy. But these ones, oh gosh. Yeah.
This is a lot of cards. Have fun finding storage for that.
Okay, so I think this is supposed to be 20, 40, 50 cards. Yeah. And then this is 53 technically, because I don't know if these ones count. So Decade, Kuga, Akito, Yuki, Fize, Blade, Hibiki, Kabuto, Dano, Kiva, Double, O's, Fours, Wizard, Dime, Drive, Ghost, Xade, Build, and Geo. So then, let's see, these are final attack rides. Do these still, I don't think these work in Gamba Ride. I like the feeling of these cards. They're not as, they're very pliable because they're not as, like, tough as photo cards, but they're still pretty, like, you know, the feeling is pretty interesting. So Kugagoram, Agito Tornador, Ryuki Drag Rider, Fize Blaster, Blade, Hibiki Ongekiko, Zector Kabuto, Moltoros, Kiva Arrow, Deca Driver. Honestly, Final Form rides were my favorite thing out of Decade. Because I just thought they were pretty impressive. Then we got the Decade Complete. Decade Complete 21. It actually has worked. Huh. Authorized signature? Heck yeah. And then we got 01. And our only two Final Form ride cards, because again, false advertising. 02 and Grand Geo. Because again, I need to pick up the Neo Dion driver. So I'll be back because I want to do a dumb comparison. Okay. So here's Gaim. Okay, here's Gaim. Here's Wendy. So they're about, okay, so they're still pretty small. These ones are slightly more thinner than photo cards. I can't tell. But you know what? Whatever. So this is one battery compartments where I guess separate. So You know, it's funny that I had enough batteries just for these two.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, we could find out what we could just use that on Amazon.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say, because we need more batteries because we only have one cell battery left.
It's better than having it monthly.
Yeah.
But yeah. Oh, I got dice in here. But yeah. Oh yeah, that's each one on each side, doesn't it?
Both of them do.
Oh, that's gonna be fun. Let me know how that goes.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, we're only getting ready. The table's almost set, so.
Yeah. I'll try to be done as soon as I could.
Okay. I was about to turn off the lights.
Okay. So. Sorry. Oh, wow. So let's put the belt together as much as we can. Yeah, these belt straps are a lot thinner, and apparently the revised driver straps are actually modified. So they went back to the belt straps and like changed them up, or they shortened them for some reason, which is weird. So I don't know how we're gonna do this. This is not gonna look good. So wow, that's so smooth. Wow. Wow, that's very smooth. Obviously, that's the thing with. Obviously, the thing with the Neo version is that they actually updated. They made all the transmissions consistent. So then they were consistent with the Phase 2. Where's the speaker for this toy? Oh, it's here. I know I'm not doing the flipping correctly. Oh yeah, they did say something about the CSM, I think, rounding these ones out or something like that. Here we go with phase 2. Thing that, like, okay, so, like, I don't know if this is technically a flaw because of the fact they're very slippery, but, like, essentially, I guess if you, like, push this in a bit too hard, you know, the card starts slipping out just a bit. And I guess you can technically pull it out like that, but it's just not fun. I wonder if this is textured or... So basically, double through driver previously programmed within version 1 of the CSM Deca driver, which is why their announcements are going to sound way different from those through Geo. If only this one had honestly had to happen. I think it still would have been funny if we actually got to see both Tsukasa and Sento together. Just so then, because I don't know, I just like the jokes of like, oh yeah, like Tsukasa transforming into Build and like Sento transforming into Decade. Still glad this happened in this show. And just because we are already on this trend, let's just jump to these ones. I'm pretty sure version 2 is gonna have those. Kinda wish that was consistent. But, yeah. Just I need to quickly reply something. So, final attack. Oh man, I want to do it like how he did it in this special. He just bends the card up.
Final attack, Lido.
And to your disappointment, I'm gonna skip the 10 main Heisei or the Phase 1 riders because, you know, equality. So here we go with Phase 2.
Final attack, Lido.
I appreciate the explosion, and this is where you can tell they had new announcements for these ones. I honestly forgot about that. Because I mentioned it beforehand with Ghost Directing.
Final attack, Lido.
You don't need to hear the explosion.
Final attack, Lido. Final attack, Lido.
Yeah, so basically if you want to edit these like how they were in Geo, just take the last like word, then that's what they were in Geo.
Final attack, Lido. Final attack, Lido. Live. Final attack, Lido. Ghost.
Go Ghost.
Final attack, Lido. Exit.
I don't understand why they didn't have him just transform into all the Phase 2 riders. Like, I don't know why that was so difficult.
Final attack, Lido. Final attack, Lido. Oh!
It's so weird that the Geo announcement's also different. Like, that's weird. But here we go with final attack rides.
Final form, Lido.
Final form rides. I adore these so much. I absolutely still want to pick up the figures.
Final form, Lido. Agito.
Like, they're just very fascinating. Oh, what?
Final form, Lido.
I guess that's what happens if you slide in too quickly. Yeah.
Final form, Lido. Final form, Lido.
Hibikis was Hibikis was always one of my favorites. because he's a two former. Like, you transform him into the
Final form of
disc
Lido.
animal and then the actual like thing.
Kabuto.
I'm sorry, I always forget what this thing is called, but like Hibiki's was always just cool. And then obviously Dental's was just the cheapest.
Final form of Lido. Oh. Final form of Lido. Chiba.
Why can't I pick this up? Well, technically this one isn't for this, but
Final form of Lido.
But yeah, see, I don't remember if Doubles actually is getting released in the version 2 of the CSM, but like I always just I always just appreciate the Final Form rides, even if they are kind of dumb. Like I think that's kind of why I enjoyed them. They're kind of like dumb in their own way. Like Kugagora makes sense, Agito Tornado makes sense, Ryuki Drag Rider, and like Fi's Blaster. Like, Fi's Blaster and Blade were like, interesting, especially Fi's Blaster. Blade obviously is based on the Blade Rouser. And then Zector Kabuto obviously is just the Kabuto Zector. And then like Kiba Arrow is probably also, again, one of the more interesting ones. Yeah, I always just kind of appreciated those. But yeah, that's essentially the gist of those. So, let's try to take this thing off. Okay, I'm sorry again. It won't get off my hand, but 10%. Woohoo.
K-Touch 21.
That's bright. Yeah, so you really had to press. So yeah, you can tell there was like a square like diagram or whatever. And you can tell, so basically the thing with this is that they increase the LED count, because obviously instead of 3x9 or 3x3, it's now 4x3. So I guess we technically, look, we were just gonna do this one first. Obviously you insert this. I thought it would just do the air sound. Surprised it doesn't do that. So obviously just slide in the card like so.
Kuga, Agito, Ryuki, Fives, Blade, Hibiki,
This is so surreal.
Kabuto, Den-O, Kiba. Final Kamen Rider, Decay.
This is a fun light show. So obviously you dismantle that thing off. This thing automatically hooks in. And this thing clips in. So there we go. This is where you have your K-Touch and such. So then you're able to do things like, you know, take
Kuga, Kamen Rider, Ultimate Form.
and then go here, be like this.
Final Attack Rider. Acto.
Next sheet. Cancel.
Ryuki. Kamen Rider. Ryuki survive. Kabuto. Kamen Rider. Hyper form.
We would do 5 each.
Duo. Kamen Rider. Liner form. Decay. Kamen Rider. Complete form.
I appreciate you can do that. So I think you just simply
3, 2, 1.
that's what you get from holding it.
3, 2, 1.
So then see, so I guess he already had the card when he used it, so oh, yellow.
Double, Ozu, Foze, Wizard, Game, Drive, Ghost, Exit, Build, GO01.
I find it weird you have to press the F by me and there's no other button.
Final Kamen Rider. Okay, complete 21.
I still think it was dumb that he didn't bother summoning writers, but oh well. So trying to figure out what 5 I'm selecting. Here.
Ozu, Kamen Rider. Prototira combo.
Oh yeah, we don't have a cancel button anymore.
Game, Kamen Rider. Kiwami Arms. Build, Kamen Rider. Genius form.
Obviously these two are necessary because this is technically the only way to get their sounds.
GO, Kamen Rider. Grand GO. 01.
It's annoying that 01's
01.
voice, right?
0001.
Because basically, I like that they did the CSM thing and overlap the sound.
01.
However, it's annoying with 01 because, like, yeah, it's easy to, like, get rid of that sound because that sound's actually available and you can, like, you know, use something like Audacity and cancel it out and just get the 01 announce it. However, like, by itself, it's just annoying.
Kamen Rider. 02. GO. 3, 2, 1.
So yeah, that same thing. Oh wait, we gotta do the infamous, like,
Final attack, Rider. Decay.
he did this twice, right? Or did he use DN card? I don't remember. Man, this thing kind of goes in loosely, but What happens if you did put this like... I think if you put it in like this, then it's just... Yeah, it just simply reads as the... Where's the other one? Because if you put this upside down like this... Well, obviously, you just put like a normal, like, common red card. I don't... Is that sound not in here anymore? Huh. I thought the common red sound, or common red card sound was in here. Wow, they really cut down the functions of this thing, but to be honest. Which is kind of disappointing. Because... obviously, if this... Obviously, when it presses the button down here, it will go into K-Touch mode. When it presses the button, when it presses the top button, okay, I'm pretty sure that wasn't supposed to happen, but it'll go to K-Touch 21 mode, but then it doesn't do anything when both buttons are pressed, which is weird, because technically, yeah, see, this one will activate. And then if you were to slide this in, which you can't, this one is just kind of difficult. Triggering. This one just doesn't want to trigger the K-Touch 21 sound, which is weird. And technically, when you put a Kamen Rider card in here, you're supposed to get the Kamen Rider card sound, but you don't get that, which is weird. Let me... Can I, like, stick something? It's too thick. Yeah, this is... Gosh darn it, you can't stick... Because I thought, man, because I was like, it's weird that no one's showing off this, but then it's like, yeah, it's because it doesn't do anything. Because obviously they changed up how this worked, because initially the cutouts were like here, they're at the edges, which made the card look ugly. So they simply just made the cutouts, like, they made little notches up there to make it less noticeable. But then, I guess it just didn't, I guess, I don't know why I guess they didn't program anything for when both of them are pressed. And honestly, I just like the idea that these are credit cards. It's just funny in my opinion. And I just like this, like, you're putting a credit card in a PDA. Man, I miss PDAs. Yeah, I don't think it's supposed to do that. Yeah, so this one is more... Did it do that when I first had this? So... So these cards perfectly just go in here like normal. But then this thing... oh, this looks dumb, but this thing just doesn't, like... This, like, okay, like, I do hope the CSM version is not as difficult with doing this thing, because obviously you're supposed to simultaneously do it with both hands, but you can't. But yeah, I don't have to do with this unboxing or opening. I'm very glad to finally own a Neo Deca driver after 3 years. It makes me happy. Now I just need the Neo DN driver to be complete. And because I keep bringing it up, despite the fact I do have this, I'm going to be dumb and pick up the CSM Deca driver, version 2, just so then I can have some form of the original one, because I don't want to pick up the version 20, because this is essentially the version 20, just slightly updated. That's kind of why they made the version 20, just to make this toy. Like, I did kind of wish they, you know, increased the standard, not increased, but like improved on the standards, like, you know, not make it one belt. But oh well, it's a toy from 2009, or the mold is, but you know, that'll have to do. So I'm gonna try to get a Neo DN driver as soon as I can, just so that I can actually have the other Final Form ride cards. But here are the ride watches, because you know these were, remember, these were a thing. So that'll have to do with this opening. So this is PowerRider, and I'll leave you people. Bye.